From BTech background, I had very less idea what I would be able to achieve in this field because it was completely brand new. I was brand new and I was not able to handle myself, not able to conduct myself pretty well. Once I was able to crack it in 2016, I was able to improve it further in 2018. At every time the prelims approaches, you say I'm ready with my new sources, my friend. And that does not help. Some people will say ki only read static, don't do current affairs. Some others may say do current affairs, static is very easy. Hi everyone, welcome to PW. I'm Vikas Elawar. I'm a former IRS officer. I was able to crack civil services in 2016 and I got a rank of 369. I further improved my rank in 2018 and I got a rank of 146. Today I'm here to share my journey with all of you in very brief, and then I will discuss in detail what you should do in next 2 months so that you can get the maximum marks in prelims 2025, and then you can continue your journey and become a part of the mains examination this year itself. So let me just first discuss in brief about me and how I was able to crack civil services. So I began my journey in 2013. Okay, I was brand new out of college, just got graduated. I have done BTech in Information Technology from Indraprasth University, and my college was Maharaja Agrasen. So, from BTech background, I had very less idea what I would be able to achieve in this field because it was completely brand new to me. I had no idea. I have not read any part of general studies in last many years, right? So that's why I became part of an institute. I did coaching for 1 year, but I realized one very important thing is that yes, coaching can help you, but you have to also be on your toes. You have to do the best that you can, right? So I got very clear about this, and in 2014, I gave my first attempt. In my first attempt, I was able to clear prelims, but I was not able to clear mains because somehow I was not having very good answer writing skills, and being from engineering background, it became a little bit of a negative for me because the idea was always used to be that focus more on the objective aspect rather than on the subjective part. In 2015, I was able to correct majority of the things. I was able to get a very good score in prelims. Then I was able to clear mains by a margin of around 45 marks. I was 45 marks above the cutoff. But the biggest problem came in the interview or in the personality test. In this personality test, I hardly scored 146 marks. And I was not able to understand what hit me in this interview because I had never been part of any of the campus drive also for any interview of any company. So I was brand new and I was not able to handle myself, not able to conduct myself pretty well. In 2016, I further improved myself, went through the phase of prelims, cleared mains, and finally scored a very good score even in the interview also of 180 plus, and I got 369 rank. Once I was able to crack it in 2016, I was able to improve it further in 2018. I got all India highest marks in history optional, 324, and my rank was around 146. One important thing with respect to my whole civil services journey is that I was able to crack civil services prelims 6 out of 6 times. So this is one area where I can say that I have expertise because the ratio is around 100%. So this is one area where I will be guiding you in the next coming time. So please try to understand that there are some things which we should do. There are few things which we should not do if you want to clear prelims with a very good margin. But before I start my discussion, I have two very important announcements for all of you. Number one, those of you who are giving prelims in 2025, we are starting a series known as 30 days, 30 topics. In this, we have curated the important topics from all the parts of our syllabus, and we are going to release our videos on YouTube so that all of you can watch freely, get the right kind of understanding, and perform in the Civil Services Prelims 2025. Those of you who are preparing for the next year, I have one very, very important announcement for all of you. We are starting our Titan batch. This batch is going to be conducted in English medium. All the prominent faculties of PW are going to be a part of it. I'll be taking the subject of history because this is where I have the maximum expertise. Along with me will be Kapil Sikka sir. He'll be taking polity. We also have Ritesh Jaiswal sir. He's going to focus on science and tech. So all the prominent faculties of PW are going to be part of this Titan batch. So all of you who want to ace, who want to learn, who want to get the right kind of mentorship, please become a part of this batch and you will always feel that you took the right decision in your civil services journey. Now, let us come back to the most important topic, that is what you should do and what you should not do for prelims. And this is coming from me, somebody who has done pretty well in the prelims examination. Let me just show you my mark sheet. This is my mark sheet of 2017. In 2017, the paper was difficult for the first time, right? I scored around 132 marks in paper 1. Paper 2, I scored around 118. All of you know that in CSAT you need qualifying marks. If you score 67, you're good enough. So I scored around 118. In paper 1, I scored 132. I scored more than that in 2016. In 2016, I had a score of 142, 143. But 2016 paper was very easy. From 2017 onward, the paper became difficult. In 2018 also, I scored around 128 marks. So broadly, I can say that I was able to score 120 plus marks. Few years, it was exceedingly high also, even up to 140. So you can take my word. That's the most important thing. And plus, you can also score like this and even more than this. If you listen to me very carefully, the only thing required from your side is please listen carefully and then implement your strategy, and you have my well wishes and you will do pretty well. So let us now try to understand. First, we will discuss what you should not do. We have very less time, hardly 2 months, and this is one area where you should be very careful. First thing which you should not do is picking up new sources. The problem with picking up new sources is that you will enjoy it. Like suppose for any subject, for suppose polity, you must have read Lakshmikant. Other than Lakshmikant, now somebody will tell you you can do these 2 3 compilations also, which are available on Telegram. You know, the best platform for civil services preparation is Telegram. I'm just joking. Reason being, there we get too much material coming from every institute, left, right, center, and somehow you get convinced also because few pages in that PDF could be really relevant. But will it help in your civil services journey? No, definitely no, not now. If you cannot revise a source at least 3 to 4 times, it doesn't make sense to pick it up. That's a very important rule. I did this mistake in my first attempt. In my first attempt, I was adventurous that I will become best in every subject. And when you try to become best in every subject, you become best in none. That is the outcome which happens. I picked up too many sources for polity and I was not able to remember the basic information which was required with respect to money bill, finance bill, etc. So please see it for yourself. This is the biggest challenge. And this is going to affect you in those areas where you have scored less, like suppose environment. Now you will feel like if you read too much on the subject of environment, naturally you will score more. The outcome has not been that favorable. So please do not pick up new sources specifically for your standard subjects of polity, economy, history, science and tech. If suppose you're doing compilation for schemes, a limited one, it's still fine. For current affairs, even if you're doing some compilation of an institute which you believe in, it's still fine. But for standard subjects, I will say, please do not waste your time. This is the biggest challenge in prelims, where majority of the students are not able to understand this, they waste their attempts. And sometimes it is not just first attempt, even second or third attempt, because this becomes a compulsive thing. At every time the prelims approaches, you say, I'm ready with my new sources, my friend. And that does not help. So please do not commit this mistake. The second biggest challenge at this point of time is that you will feel like if you do n number of tests, if you do 50 tests, 100 tests, if you solve 10,000 questions, you will become the general in this examination. No, that does not happen. All these are false assurances. What is more important, I will discuss at this in the second part of the video, that but here, just for starters, please do not pick up random tests. If you will pick up random test, what is going to happen? You will not be able to understand how you have progressed. Because when you join a test series from beginning till the end, there's a topic listing which is done by an institute. And because of that, you're able to revise each and every part of the syllabus in a very systematic manner. But that does not happen if you pick up random test. If you will pick up the random test, the result will also be random. Okay, that is going to happen in many cases. Like suppose if you do test of some institute which as per their syllabus was relatively on the difficult side, you may get very few marks. Then your confidence may get shaken by this test, and suddenly you're not in the preparation mode for next 3 to 4 days. You will feel like nothing can happen, and probably I will see it for the next year. Do not do this, because this is one area where you will find that majority of the students, they go for random mock test and then they feel bad, and then they suddenly they're not able to study, then they again restart. I would say do only one or at the max two test series. 25 tests to 30 tests are good enough. I never sold more than this, and I've scored more than 140. Okay, I've scored more than 120 consistently. So you can do this without going through this unnecessary pain, right? Unnecessary pain because it is not required. The last thing, very, very important. Civil services is a very unpredictable examination. In prelims, UPSC do a lot of what you can say changes every year. So please do not go for any unbalanced strategy. By unbalanced strategy, I mean some people will say ki only read static, don't do current affairs. Some others may say do current affairs, static is very easy. If you will not give right kind of focus on the things that are required for this examination, you will pay for it on the day of the examination. So please go for a balanced strategy. Balanced strategy means you have to prepare polity. Now in polity, effectively what you need to remember, some years they will ask 10 questions. See the paper of 2017. In 2017 they asked 20 questions. Now if you will not focus on polity, what will happen? Suppose if in 2025 they ask more questions on polity, what will you do? Similar can happen with history. From last many years, they're not asking questions from modern India. They're asking hardly 2 to 3 questions. Some people will say, okay, we can skip modern. See the paper of 2018. In 2018, they asked 22 questions from history, and they asked around 10 questions from modern India in 2018. This trend can change any point of time. Even I will make videos to help you understand the trend of civil services, but the trend can change anytime. And when the trend will change anytime, that can cost you your attempt if you are not prepared for it in a right manner. So what I would expect from all of you, please go for a balanced strategy. Don't go for this random thing. Similar things happen in CSAT also. In CSAT, you will feel like, okay, I will do the comprehension part, I will do the reasoning part. Let me just check my odds with the mathematics. It will not work, because civil services, as all of you know, paper is going to be relatively on the random side. In prelims specifically, mains is more standardized. What you read largely it will be asked from there, but in prelims lots of factual information is required, lots of things are required which may not be asked in the previous years. Like suppose last year, if you see the paper 24, you will find few questions from defense. Okay, now this year you have to prepare a little bit of defense. You cannot just ignore it. Even if they do not ask even a single question from here. So that's why I always say go for a balanced strategy. Read all subjects, do your test in a religious manner, prepare current affairs, and improve your strategy of getting the maximum marks. That is what is required for prelims. Right? So please, these three advice all of you are going to remember. Number one, don't pick up new sources, all of my friends. Number two, even more important with respect to this, that don't go for any kind of random test, doing some test and feeling like just by giving test you will clear civil service. It does not happen like that. And number three, please do not go for an unbalanced strategy where you just leave few subjects and gamble with this examination. Gambling, as all of you know, majority of the time leads to losing. So please do not gamble in this examination. This examination is always about being sincere, being a bit above your competition, and that's what you should focus in. So please, I hope by now all of you must have understood what you should not do. Now let us go to the part which you should do, which you should do on a daily basis. So now please let us try to understand. Number one thing, focus on consolidation. That's why I told you now, do not pick up new sources. Why? So you can focus on consolidation. Consolidate all your subject, polity, economy, history, geography, mapping, all these areas, they require a lot of consolidation. But if you will not do consolidation, what is going to happen? Naturally, the outcome will not be good enough. So please do consolidation, revise 2 to 3 times. Try to finish your sectional part. or sectional test of your test series by the end of April. Revise all the subjects, right? Because what will happen if you'll go for the systematic revision, each and everything will get covered. But if you'll go for random wise, like you're doing an number of tests without any kind of schedule, it is going to become very problematic. So please make sure you go for the consolidation part. Only current affairs is one area where you have to pick it up, which is going to be some brand new information. But for the rest, it's going to be the consolidation. So please focus, read your standard books like Lakshmikant, NCRT for history and geography, economics, notes of any of the distinguished faculty from whom you have learned. For science and tech, please at least focus on the biology part. For the science, for technology, all the major technology, even if it is AI, nanotechnology, all of them which are in the news at this point of time. So please do consolidation. This is one area where you will require to be very, very prominent, right? Without consolidation, it's going to become very challenging. In my first attempt, I was not able to do consolidation. Consolidation means both read carefully, revise it, and eventually even revise your test. Because whatever test, suppose if you have sold 10 or 15 tests by now and you're left with only with the full length, so at least you have to revise those tests also. In majority of the cases, students are not able to revise the test that they have appeared in so far. So what will happen? They committed mistake in these tests, and if you're very lucky, but in case unlucky, if the same question comes in which you did wrong here, and you repeat the mistake, then you will curse yourself after the prelims examination. Why we are revising our test? So we do not commit the same mistake twice. So that's why you have to learn from your past mistakes, and that can only happen when you sit quietly on daily basis. You focus on consolidation. You have a schedule of around 8 to 10 hours, and you can effectively divide it into 2-3 intervals. So please focus on consolidation. Do not be random. Randomness does not work. Examiner will be random, but we are going to be very, very particular about this. Now, second thing, this is the most important thing. If you want to clear civil services, there's no better thing than this for prelims. Why? Solve questions on daily basis and review yourself. This is the most important thing. Many students, what they do, they enjoy reading books, but they do not enjoy solving questions. Why is that happening? Because they feel like that they will get less marks, or they will go for multiple wrong answers. They're not good in 50-50. Whatever I choose, probably always it is the wrong answer. So what they do, they avoid. Please, reading is only 30 to 40%. The next very important part is this: solve questions on daily basis. Why? I used to pick two test series, one for the sake of the long term test, second for the sake of solving on daily basis. I used to solve 25 questions every day. So what used to happen because of this? I used to be like, okay, this is a normal thing and I do it every day. This is a part of the ritual. So please make it a ritual. When you will do this, your accuracy will increase, your speed will increase. What more do you want? Please try to understand this, that what is going to happen in the examination. In the exam, you will have 2 hours. In 2 hours, in paper 1, in general studies, and similar for the CSAT also, here you'll have 100 questions. Okay? So, you will have only 2 hours. Majority of the students, they are not able to adequately give right amount of time to every question. And what happens in the end? The number of negatives are on the very high side. Some of the students, if they see initial 10 difficult questions, what happens because of that? Suddenly they lose their confidence that I'm not able to do it. They panic, they become anxious, and they are not able to perform. I remember one of the year, like in 2018, first 10 questions, all of them were from environment in my set. I was not able to do well, but still, I was like, this has happened to me before also. Why? Because I used to solve questions on daily basis. That used to make my day productive. That used to keep me focused. That used to give me a feedback that where I'm standing right now. So on that day, even after I was not able to score well in the first 10 questions, still I scored around 128 or 130 marks. I don't remember the exact marks because it's been long back, but for sure it was more than 125. So what happened as a result of that? As a result of that, I was able to clear prelims. And why this happened? Because of this simple habit. I developed very good sense of what would be the answer. My reasoning was very, very strong. Many times what will happen, you will have two choices. Like either answer is A or B. C and D you have been able to eliminate. But how to divide between A and B? Which is the correct answer? Should it be gambling? Any random? Okay, dropping the pen, closing your eyes. What should be the method? The method should be reasoning, and your reasoning part will improve if you do it on daily basis. This is the single most important thing in last 2 months. Every day, give some time to previous year questions, give some time to the test series. This is going to improve you. This is going to bring result. The first part is preparing you for the knowledge. The second part is preparing you for the result. This is the most important thing, and even more important, what you need to understand, both are interconnected. You cannot do this without this. So first do this and then do this. Both are very, very important. But if you will not do it, if you not do the second part, your performance will not be good. If you see the cutoff since 2018, since 2018 till 2024, the cutoff has not been more than 98. 2018, 2019, it was hardly 98, right? And in the succeeding years, 2023, I think it was the least 75 for the general category. And last year we will know in few days. But what is even more important for you in this examination is, please do this. Those students who score very high, because I have a lot of experience, I mentor a lot of students. Those who do very well, they do this on a regular basis. Please do not avoid this. Please catch your silly mistakes. That if they have asked which of the following are correct and you're not able, you're putting in the incorrect. Many times what happens, they ask what is which of the following are incorrect, and still, since it is your natural state of mind that they must have asked correct, you go for the correct answer. They have asked which of the following options are incorrect, and suddenly you could have got 2 marks. Now you have minus 0.6, difference of 2.6. So please do this on daily basis. On weekly basis, you can go for your test, which is more like exam time environment. This is just for the sake of developing skills. When you develop your skill, when you do it, this is going to create a very good thing for you, which is going to create the result that you're looking for. If you score suppose 90 marks, you're right on the edge. The confidence for the mains will not come unless you clear it specifically, but the confidence will not come at least till the result. That will waste your 10 to 15 days. But if you're scoring like 110, 120, on the day of prelims, you will know that I will write mains. So on the same day, you will be motivated. By the next day, you can start implementing your plan for the means. So please try to understand this. This is very, very important. Last, all of you know about it, right? All of you know about CSAT. One of my student, he was from mathematics optional. He came to me and he said, "Sir, I failed in CSAT." I looked at him and said, "How can this happen? You are from mathematics optional. How can this happen to you?" He said, "Sir, in mathematics optional, my focus used to be more on the academic part. It was not about solving the questions in a very fast manner. My focus was on different parts of mathematics, not just number system, not just probability, because these are not the kind of questions which come in the mathematics optional. That person was from IIT. Now, if you go by the profile, IIT mathematics optional, this should be a cakewalk. They should get 170, 180 marks. But is it happening? It is not happening. Now, these are the people who are of very high caliber. What about those of you who are from the humanities background? What about them who are not that much strong in the mathematics, right? So please, what you should do for the next 2 months, please prioritize CSAT at least every day. 2 hours should be given to this, unless you feel very, very solid and comfortable about it. In that case, you can reduce your marks. That you can reduce your time, because naturally you need less marks all the way. But 67 is the minimum marks which are required in CSAT. But what you should try, at least try to get 90 marks, because nobody knows the right answer keys for the CSAT on the day of prelims, specifically for the comprehension part, because every institute will give different keys, and you'll be like with your with your panic way, and that will not help. So that's why in CSAT, I always say, make sure you do your level best. I also gave exam during the time when CSAT became relatively on the difficult side. Like starting from 2017, students started failing in CSAT. I also attempted those attempts, right? So what is important is this, that I was able to clear. I was not very good in mathematics, right? I was an average student, but still I was able to clear CSAT. Why? Because I always knew what to do, what not to do. I knew my strength and weaknesses. And my weakness, even though it was not that much high in CSAT, but I still knew on any given day I can fail. That's why I worked very hard in CSAT, and you should also do it. If you do these three things, okay, consolidate, solve your test on daily basis, you solve questions. PYQs, I'm just giving you a tip. In PYQs, focus on those subjects from where PYQs come directly. Like history, repetition is very high. Polity, repetition is there. Science and technology, repetition is not there. Geography, repetition is there. Economics, even if repetition is there, current affairs dominate. Okay, so these are the areas where you can just see your skills, right? Improve yourself. So please do all of these things. If you will do all of these things, then naturally you will get a very good score. Now, in the end, those of you who are still watching, right? Those of you still watching, I have two announcements. One, I'm going to be part of this 30-day, 30 topic series. And in this series, I'll be taking the part of current affairs. Okay? If you would have seen in history, UPSC has been asking the current themes. Okay, the UPSC has been asking the current themes. Since they are asking from the current themes, so I will be taking that portions of history which has been in current affairs in last, suppose, 1 to 1.5 year. And in these videos, I will give you complete solution for those topics. So you can depend upon me. Last year also I did a same series. I asked my students to at least revise the UNESCO topic. Both questions which came from current affairs in our history part in civil services were from UNESCO. So I have very high experience of this. I know how to predict questions. I do this from the students of my optional also in history. And all of them, they know my credibility. So I will be coming up with this series, and this series is going to be very useful for all of you. For all of you. So even if you would have read history and culture from current affair point of view, please watch this series. Okay, this is something which is going to be part of 30-day 30 topics. So the series that we're coming up, they're going to be very useful. Now, the second announcement is this. In history, generally repetition is very high. Repetition is very high in ancient, medieval, art and culture, and even modern India. So PYQs becomes very important. So if all of you want that I take a series of lectures on these PYQs, specifically one lecture for every part, one lecture for ancient, one for medieval, modern, and one for art and culture, then just write in the comment that please do a series for PYQs. So if you want that, if I will get a kind of uh, feedback from your side that you need this series and you're finding history as a very challenging subject for prelims, then I can do a PYQ series for all of you in the month of April itself. Okay, but for that I need a feedback from your side. This I'm starting. This is a part of 30-day, 30 lecture, 30 topics itself. History will be a part of it, and I will be taking few lectures for that. So all the current affairs will be covered. This is done. If you want, then we can do this series also. I will be taking regular lectures, regular videos on this YouTube channel from now onwards, and I will be taking a lot of mentorship sessions also. So those of you who are preparing for civil services, you are in the right hands. Okay, so please start following this on a very regular basis. You will find me, and I will use all my experience. Look, I have given 6 attempts. In 6 attempts, I cleared prelims in all 6 of them, cleared mains 4 times, appeared in interview 4 times, naturally because of that. So I have experience of everything. Then I cleared final, I got a final rank twice, and then I served in Government of India from 2017 till 2021. So for 4 years, I served as an IRS officer. Then since 2021, I have been guiding thousands of students. My students with history optional, they have scored fantabulous ranks. Like in 2021, rank 1, she was my student. In the last few years, We have scored very good ranks in top 100. So you can be the next. You can be the next. Just have that confidence, because with me, you'll find a combo. A person who understands the exam pretty well, because I used to strategize what to do, what not to do. You'll have a very good mentor, because I've been mentoring thousands of students. And number three, even more importantly, I'm also a faculty, because this is what I like doing, and that's why went uh, from being an officer, I have become a teacher, because this is what I enjoy, right? So all those three things as a combo are within me, and I will be sharing all of them with you on a regular basis. So this is the beginning of something which is going to be very beautiful. What I want from your side, please, you have to work very hard. Okay, work hard from your side. How to do it in a smart manner, I will share it on a regular basis. Number two, please be consistent. And number three, please be ambitious. This is an examination which is requiring a lot of hard work from your side, and many times we just break down. We feel like that I'm completely burnt, but you have to take the right step at the right time. This is not an exam in which you can be consistent for 2 months and you can think that please give me the result. It will not happen. At least 1 to 1.5 year, right? That is the minimum requirement. In my case, see, around 4 years I took to clear this exam and get a rank, right? Even though I was getting some form of improvement in every attempt, but the final result came in 4 years. Three attempts, 4 years. That's why minimum 1.5 to 2 years will be consumed by this preparation. So all of you should be knowing about it. You should be ready for it. And if you do it in the right manner, in the way that I am going to help you out with, along, please use your own intelligence also. Because as an aspirant, you can develop lots of things with time. So please focus on all of these. Let me just rewind a little, what all things we have discussed today. First of all, we discussed about what to do, what not to do for the prelims, so please follow that. Second, we have announced a series, 30 days, 30 topics, please follow that. And number three, if you want me to do a PYQ series, then please say in the comments that you want a PYQ series for history, and I will do it definitely. And those of you who are preparing for 2026, I had a specific announcement for all of you that was about the Titan batch. So if you want faculties like me, faculties like Kapil Sikka sir, faculties like Ritesh Jashwal sir, then you can become a part of this Titan batch and you will get the best of the faculties, best of the mentorship, because the manner in which the foundation course is being conducted at PW, it is very, very effective. And from my own experience, when I did coaching in 2013, I suddenly feel like the manner in which the courses are being delivered, it is becoming more professional, it is becoming more result oriented, rather than there used to be times when teachers used to come, they used to just tell stories from here and there with no benefit for the students, right? We are not here for comedy. We are here to make sure that you study well, and we are here to protect you from the tragedy which can happen if you will not do it in the right manner. So we are here for your result, and that's what we focus on, right? And this is the real DNA of PW. So all the very best. And before going, just a very important thing, that if you do your bit, we will do our bit. Okay, this is a thank you from my side, but once we do everything from our side, I would like to have a thank you from your side. But for that, I know the journey is going to be a little bit longer, but it's fine. We are ready for it if you are ready for the hard work, for the preparation. So all the very best. Thank you so much, and you'll see me in the coming series. All the very best. Take care of yourself. And just a single last advice, do not go into that mode where you feel like that if the result is not coming as per your expectation, you suddenly feel like I'm completely depressed, and you start having those mental health issues. If there is any iota of mental health issue, please consult a person. Okay, and second, very importantly, it's okay if you do not get a result in the initial stages, but you will get in the coming time if you do the right things. So please take care of your health, specifically your mental health, because this examination has been affecting lots of people. Many of my friends, they went through these kinds of ordeal, and I can empathize with all of you because I used to talk with them on a daily basis. So please take care of yourself, study well, and hopefully all the good things are going to happen in the coming times. Thank you so much. This is Vikas Alawat signing off. Thank you.